So, one of the things that I thought a lot about lately as it relates to my firm in particular is the concept of scalability. What does that look like for a CAS practice? How do I accomplish a degree of scalability to allow myself and my team the freedom of time, the freedom of flexibility to create a professional environment that they can thrive in, to create a personal environment where they can thrive in? And scalability isn't all about adding new clients. It's about creating the systems that can support that type of growth without adding undue complexity. So, we're going to explore what that looks like in my experience of running a firm and trying to introduce scalability, not just for growth's sake, but for the freedom of time, for the freedom that comes with building a firm that can serve the team, the clients, the community. So, we're going to chat about scalability today. One of the big things that I think is really important as it relates to scalability is centralizing firm knowledge. We've talked a lot about having a firm wiki, having a firm database that allows you to easily digest and organize internal information is one of the keys to unlocking scalability. For us, that's Notion. We have a firm-wide Notion database that centralizes all of our SOPs, templates, resources, and it makes it really easy to navigate for the team in order to understand, where do I need to find these notes? Where can I capture information? Where can I go to look for answers before having to reach out to somebody else? The notion, see what I did there? The notion that this is beneficial for a firm while we're using Notion, not too bad. But the reason why I think this is so important for a firm is because when you have everything documented in a single location and team members aren't having to flip between various tools and resources and systems to get the information that they need, you immediately create a better rhythm of redundancy, of picking up information, picking up tasks, picking up bits of work in a much more centralized location. This really translates to better transition of team members if you experience that at your firm. It improves onboarding speed for both team members and for clients. It reduces the amount of internal communication and reduces miscommunication, thus enabling your team to work more efficiently as they go through their day-to-day. I also view it through the lens of driving enterprise values. Not only are we introducing scalability today in elements of onboarding speed and communication, but also driving enterprise value. Because if we were to ever look external to Full Send for an opportunity in the market, having all of that in one centralized location is going to be very desirable for an acquiring firm to take a look at. When we think about scalability, we also think about standardizing processes and standardizing our data. And so one way that we've done that is by looking at how do we take disparate data sources, manual processes that often lead to inefficiencies and inaccuracies, and then centralize it in a way, document it in a way, build it in a way that allows for a better aggregate view of all of this information. So when we look at process documentation, one of the things that we've done is we've housed a lot of that in Notion, but all of the data that comes out of the processes that we're utilizing for our clients is now being stored in a data warehouse. So we're a Google shop, we use Google Cloud, we use BigQuery in order to centralize and then query that data, and then can output it in a variety of tools that our team is using on a day-to-day basis. So when we look at the standardization of how data moves in and out of systems within your organization, how it moves towards different individuals and their responsibilities on a day-to-day basis, this has a very real impact on the ability to drive decision-making, to take action, to complete tasks in order to drive better margin, to drive a more streamlined service delivery process that ultimately yields scalability. When you have higher profits, when you have higher margins, you're able to streamline scalability because now you can make the investments in things that you need to make in order to continue to drive operational efficiency at that bottom line. The last thing that I think has been really helpful to building scalability with Full Send is building a scalable brand, a brand that is aligned with your target market, a brand that resonates with the community, a brand that resonates with potential recruits coming into your business. So we spent a lot of time and effort building out our brand image, our brand message, and how that resonates with our audience. There's a big difference between brand image and brand identity, in that the identity is what we are creating in the market, and the image is what the market is perceiving. So we want to ensure that there's constant alignment between what we're communicating to the market and the way in which they are perceiving it. I believe there's scalability that comes in that when you have a brand that is so deeply connected to your target market, connected to the people in your industry, because it allows you to take a step into new directions when you're ready for them. It's a brand that is largely driven based off of who you are in the market, your ethos, your ideal persona of a firm, like who you are. And then also it really relates to the clients that you're dealing with. How is it tailored towards them? And so when you have this scaled brand, this brand that relates to your target audiences of your team, recruits, clients, market, community, you now have the ability to flex that in the way that you're growing. You can have a lot of flexibility on how you grow that brand and how you grow your firm, because it's never going to be the way in which you think. The plans that you have for the year are going to change. And so if you have a brand that can scale and flex up and down alongside of that, I believe that will drive a tremendous amount of value to your firm as you look to continue scaling this throughout 2025. So think about how you can implement tools like Notion or a data warehouse or a better brand in order to start driving scalability in 2025. Hope that's helpful. Till next time.